ideals that our predecessors stood for is what is driving us there. We must eschew our own self-interest for the wider interest of the party. As I take my seat, I like to assume that if we have fallen, we were once told, and everybody has been told, well, it's natural. But how you get up is what's important. And we must all have a mission and a vision that we will make sure that what has gone wrong would go right. What drove people out of this place into exile will be put right. And at the end of it all, we should rise and say, yes, we had difficulties, but we recognize that. Recognizing is also one of the issues, and that we've been able to do it. So, and brothers and sisters, nephews and nieces and friends, I think I have the privilege of saying that when I'm 84, I told Kwabra at University of Science and Technology, we were there for about 5 days, energizing the people, the students, and making sure that we empower them with knowledge and with commitment. We should do better here, because whatever we do, and I'm happy the Patriotic Institute has finally become a reality, and we are cooperating with them. Our job as Council of Elders is to make sure that we always push the people forward, our people forward. Today, I saw on television the line of the NDC people voting for their parliamentary candidates. So I called Nana B, and I said, look, this offers you a golden opportunity to know who is NDC and who is not NDC. So next time, if we open up to register, then you can say, I know this one to be NDC, that one to be NDC, that one. And he said, yes, uncle, thank you very much. So whatever we can do to make sure that this party rediscovers itself, the motivation that we had and the fight that we had in the past will not have gone to waste. So that those of us in the twilight zone, when we go, the good Lord calls us. I have a story to tell to Darocha, to Ajeni Mboatin, to Adubuahi, to Selby, Safwedu, and to all those who have Gladys Asma, I shouldn't forget it, and my darling Tego, Teresa Tego, all of them won't forget. And then we will know that you have done something that we fell, but we've risen. We are not Jesus Christ though, but when we rise, we will rise with a lot of enthusiasm, with a lot of effort, just like the elephant, and then we'll be there. I'd like to thank you all for coming. God bless you, and make sure this party rises and stays there and becomes the party of choice for governance. Thank you, and God bless you.
I think we can do better. We can do better. As he was mentioning the names of the departed souls, I had goosebumps all over me. One day to be at 10, I had three main takeaways from what the council chair said. He said we should choose nationhood and then shun factions. Choosing nationhood and then shunning factions. And then we as NPP, we are falling, but we are to blame ourselves, nobody. And then the third one that I had was that we should self-interest for the wider interest of the party. So these are my three takeaways. I don't know what yours may be. Let us also welcome in our midst, let's welcome Dr. Antoinette to give us why we are here. Fortunately, the council chair has given us the history of UGCC, but somebody will say, well, he's recounted the history of UGCC, so why are we here again? We have to, there should be a direct correlation between why we are here and then 1947. So, Doc, welcome. Round of applause.
Thank you very much, Gordon. Our revered Council Chair, members of the National Council, Honorable Kwabena Japon, Honorable Elizabeth Ohene, and all very, very important party guests, national officers, regional, constituency, and all who have joined us. Thank you very much. It is true, 78 years ago, the first ever political party in Ghana was formed. And today we stand at a critical juncture. While democratic governance has been consolidated with over 32 years of electioning, a process that continues, the country actually continues to confront several developmental challenges. We keep discussing our youth unemployment issues, economic disparity, widening income between the rich and the poor, our weakening property rights, and institutional inefficiencies. And as such, we have a reality which calls for a re-evaluation of what our precepts were, what were our beliefs, and what did we want to pursue. So the 78th anniversary is not just a ceremonial occasion. We want to use this critical time to also have some period of introspection, intellectual renewal, and as a center-right democratic party, remind ourselves of our ideals and the path, the roadmap that we have carved and what we want to follow. And this hinges on our enduring principles of freedom, liberty, free enterprise, ethical governance, and a property-owning democracy. What do we mean by these? So the panel discussion today would reflect on the relevance of liberty, property rights, free markets, and ethical governance in Ghana's current development context. We will encourage a discussion on ideas, youth-led solutions for Ghana's development issues. We want to foster a dialogue on what individual freedoms mean and why ethical leadership is a very essential part of our nation building. I'm going to invite my panelists who would give us their insights on these issues. So when I introduce the panelists, they can come up here and they can take their seats. So to join us in this discussion today, and as I've already talked about the main purpose for which we are having this discussion, I'd like to invite Hajia Rabiatu Salifu. She's the Deputy Communications Director for the New Patriotic Party, and she's known very well for her deep insights and her work in gender advocacy and political messaging. I'd also like to invite to the podium Mr. Stephen Forson. Mr. Forson is actually the Deputy Director for IT here at the NPP headquarters. He has 15 years professional experience in delivering cutting-edge technology solutions across both public and private sectors. He's driven by passion for emerging technologies and youth development. I'd like to introduce to you the initiator and also my co-collaborator for this very interesting panel discussion, Mr. Kwejo Afari. Mr. Afari is the Director of Protocol for the New Patriotic Party. Mr. Afari is one of the most invisible people we have ever seen. It is even difficult to find a picture of him on the internet. And we're having a big fight with him today about how we are going to get enough photographs of him. So if you are taking pictures today, please make sure you get us a good photograph of Mr. Afari. Mr. Afari, thank you very much for collaborating for this very ingenious discussion. Let me introduce to you one very interesting panelist. She's a banker with over 35 years of experience, and she actually started her career in the City of London. She spent the last 15 years with Bank of New York, extensive experience and deep knowledge. and she was a non-executive director of the Ghana Amalgamated Trust from inception till January 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Ms. Susanna Ohene. Susan, thank you very much for joining us today. I'm the fifth panelist. You know me as Antoinette Tibudako. I'm a lecturer and a research fellow from the University of Ghana. I'm also the Deputy General Secretary for the New Patriotic Party and currently the acting coordinator for the Patriotic Institute. And then our moderator for today, Mr. Gordon Asari-Bediako. Gordon is a renowned journalist, heads the Movement and Wuntumi TV, well-spoken, articulatory, very interesting man, and he is going to moderate the panel discussion. So once again, thank you very much, and I'll hand the mic over now to Gordon.
Thank you very much, Doc. Let me just acknowledge the presence of a lot of people who are watching us from the internet. You are watching us on Patriotic Institute on Facebook, as well as NPP official website on Facebook. Mr. Chairman, permit me to go behind the protocol. We have in our midst engineer Kwabena Eje Japan. I know engineer starts with E, but I don't know why at times they make it I. That's the title. Okay, so maybe you have to explain. He's a potential aspirant, though he has declared. I'm not sure we have aspirants now. He's in our midst, a former General Secretary of the NPP, former Press Secretary to President John Ejekum Kufuor. Mr. Chairman, I don't know whether he will be able to stay throughout the program because he may be having visitors. So we want to have a word from him. That's what we had. Yes, now, before, yes. Wow. Round of applause for Kwabena Eje Japan. Wow. All right, so we also have in our midst former National Chairman of NPP, Mr. Peter McMenu. If we tell you, Mr. Peter McMenu was a National Chairman of NPP 20 years ago, you may not believe it, but he was National Chairman of NPP 20 years ago. That's the year 2005. Yes, so that is Honorable Peter McMenu. We also have in our midst former editor of Daily Graphic. Because I'm a journalist, I always want to bring in that. I don't know whether you have been terminated formally. Has your appointment been terminated formally yet? You are still on leave since 18. All right, so that is Honorable Elizabeth Ohene. She went on, I don't know whether it was voluntary or forced retirement or leave. Since 1982, she was the editor of Daily Graphic. Round of applause for her. If you ever forget her, please don't forget how time conscious she is. In fact, when the council chairman was having a discussion with her, when he came up here, he said what he told her, but he didn't say what she told him. I don't know whether I should say it. No, thank you. All right, so let's start the conversation. Okay. Chairman, would you want to join us here or you want to stay here? You want to sit here? Okay. I love that. I love that. I love that. So you are sitting with your peer. All right. Peer pressure. Okay, so Mr. Ferry, since you've been said as one of the collaborators, I want to start with you. So Mr. Kojo Ferry is going to talk to us about your topics. What kind of development does Ghana need and who gets to lead it? Mr. Kojo Afari. I think you can sit down. Or you like to take it? Okay, thank you very much.
Good evening. I am standing here very humbled because they are my elder people here, Kwabena, Alaji, Mark, Manon, Hackman, Elizabeth. These are people who have shaped up my And then there's one controversial person out there. We're always debating about the route the party should take and whether we are still maintaining, when we talk about central right, when we talk about central right, when we talk about what do we mean? As we mark this 78 years anniversary, we are not only asked to remember what the founders set out to do, we are perennially reminded to reimagine the journey forward. What are we supposed to do? We have to boldly ask what kind of development that will truly serve Ghana. I'm happy we have an aspirant of somebody who wants to be president here. Going forward, what kind of development do we need beyond the rhetoric of, I want to be in power, the NPP's people, and that sort of thing? What vision did the forefathers and our forefathers envisaged? How do we build a model that is ethical, inclusive, and unmistakably Ghanaian? Hackman was talking about that. I will concede, and I think most of us here will concede, that the kind of development that best suited for development nation is not a one-size